I've mentioned this before. I had a friend, or I had an acquaintance, it was a friend, and he suffered from, I don't know how to say this. He had AIDS, right? So he spent, I don't know, 15, 20 years of his life in the circuit of trying to heal AIDS. Then I met him. I met a bunch of his friends who also had his AIDS friends. They're a community. And the first thing that dawned on me, because I've said this before, in case you didn't know, I did a thesis/memoir in one of my multiple diplomas on AIDS, right? So I got to meet part of that community, which was very foreign to me at the time. I had a friend, she was an ex-prostitute who had AIDS. Everything is sensitive, and everything is a subject. And when I sat down with them, and I sat down, I said, I didn't say a word, and they knew I was there, and they started talking about their disease. And they say one word. Just listen, as I can when I want to. But the first thing that clicked for me is that this is their religion. That's what became 100% clear. It is the very fulcrum of their lives. And it was the same thing for my friend who had been a prostitute, who was diagnosed with HIV, and her I knew personally really well. These were strangers, besides the guy I knew. And I said, this is her, and I remember, and I told that to the girl, who's my friend. I said, what happens if tomorrow you would realize you don't have AIDS? And she got so fucking angry at me. And my question wasn't even like arrogant, like, it was like a genuine question. Like, I said, what would you do? And she got so angry at me. And she'd never get angry. She got angry at me. She'd never, ever get angry. Anger was not part of her system. There was no space for that kind of heat. She got angry. I said, I got you. I said, I knew it. You're fucked, right? What I'm trying to say is that it was the very center around which her identity was created, her new identity. It was a religion. She was that person with that disease. She received money from the government. Everybody knew she had that disease. Everybody treated her in a particular way. Hi, I have AIDS. Almost. She didn't say that. If you say, what are you doing? She said, I'm doing nothing right now. I live in the forest in a cabana. All right, that's kind of odd. How come? What did you do before? It would take 5 minutes to get to that she has AIDS or HIV or whatever it was, right? And her whole life was centered around that. Her activities, her lifestyle. She was wanting to eat healthy so she could hopefully try to heal. She's studying healing and alternative medicine to try to heal the AIDS. Everything is this. It is the fulcrum. And it was the same with a buddy I knew who had AIDS. These were all older cats. She was these were older people with whiter hair. And that was a community, and they'd been there for like years. So the whole AIDS stuff from the 80s, they had gone through it. And they were, if I'm not mistaken, majoritarily homosexual. So it's homosexual community. Some of them were, there was a girl, she was heterosexual. But it's that they're coming like the old schools, right? And I'm listening, and I'm very carefully listening, and I'm learning, and I'm enjoying the conversation, and I'm happy that they're sharing with me, and I'm learning a bunch of things. But the first thing, I'm like, this is their religion. If they don't have that, I don't know what or who they are. And if I say one thing that is not sympathetic to their belief, they will fucking be very angry at me, like it's gonna be bad, because this is so important for them. This is the center of their world. It is the center of their identity. So, of course, I didn't say anything at the time, because I'm there to just learn, right? But that was very clear. So if we speak about the concept of depression, or any disease for that matter, which becomes so strong that it becomes the very center of your existence. I am depressed. I'm suffering from depression. And then you have the medical system, which with its stigmatas, boom, 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 its diagnostics and its studies, and it becomes a source of infinite amount of money for corporations and companies and pharmaceuticals, and how many doctors and how many people live off a person being fucking depressed. How many therapists? How many people live off of you? How you are the center, you are the most important person for so many people. The pharmaceutical company that develops a drug just for you. How many therapists are there trying to heal you, fix you? Now you mean to tell me that thing is not real? Depression is an illusion. Depression is a figment of my mind. Are you trying to say that I'm a con artist? Are you trying to say that I'm fucking people over and I'm stealing everybody's energy? Me? Do you know what I've gone through? You know anything about me? You want to insult me? You want to say I'm not a person of integrity? You're saying I'm a thief? You're saying I'm a liar? You're saying I'm a bad person? You want to take away the only thing I have that puts me in the center? So, in some cases, everybody goes through phases. Like I said, when it's raining, it's the depression. It's literally, that's how they call it in the Weather Channel, right? There's a depression. It rains. So the word, that's why the word is weaponized. Depression, they not depressurize. This is not a disease. It's sunny, right? We all studied this in grade school. It's sunny. Water turns into vapors, is evaporating, makes clouds, condenses, pressure, depressurization, rain. So depression is a natural part of the cycle of nature. But that's not what we're talking about when we're talking about depression and people get upset. We're talking about now a weapon. Just like the person who's weaponized, I want to achieve and go towards goals and do something of myself and be productive. They've weaponized this into, I'm the goddess, I'm superior, worship me. Right? Well, the fact that we are active human beings and everybody here is on earth to do something, this is normal. This is not something special. So they've weaponized activity. Have they not? So that millions of people love them and think they're amazing and wish they were them. What are you doing that's so special? Look at me. So this person has weaponized inertia. So now so what I'm trying to say is that action, rajas, inertia, tamas, is not disease, it's in nature. When it's weaponized or out of balance, it's too much, well, you got a problem. So what I'm trying to say is that now, so that's what the word is sensitive. The word depression is because it's a thing now. It's got nothing to do, it's raining, it's a thing, and it's a lifestyle. It's a music, it's a form of dance, it's a form of style, it's a form of dressing, it's a form of makeup. It's a lifestyle, it's a form of drug. Some people, these here take cocaine. These people don't take cocaine, they take ketamine and some shit like that. They take them pills, them poppers, these idiot rappers sing about. It's a lifestyle. So you mean not to tell me that my entire world is a lie? By telling me that this is fake and all I got to do is go run and make an effort? You're threatening the very essence of my life. You're threatening my identity. A hamkar, you're threatening it's a false identity, it's a construct, it's fine, that's all right, it's part of life. You're threatening that. And now if you take that away, what do I have? I ain't got fuck all. That's who I am now. My community is a bunch of people like that. We all think the same way, which is the inertic extreme version. We have conversation. When we do creative stuff, we think dark, so we have dark gore thoughts, ideas. When we, like, you're taking my identity away. You're taking my community away who understand what it is that, because when you hear, you detest this, nothing makes sense in the light of darkness. This is bullshit. The sun is fake. Because all there really is darkness. Everything is dark. Everything is shit. Everything is a lie. Everything is there to steal. Everything is there against you. This is the truth. And we hate these people because they're fake. They're fake happy. They're fake good. They're fake beautiful. They're fake everything. Because this is real. This is the truth. This is the truth, man. Life is hard and life sucks. And we suffer. And there's injustice everywhere. So you want to take that away from me? Then what the hell am I going to have left? I'm going to have to face reality, won't I? Well, that's not possible. No. Anything, everything, except facing reality and the grandeur of it and realization of your specific space in this great cosmic ocean. Everything is better for Ahamkar, the ego, the I, than the dissolution in the light of the great life force that is the centerpiece of everything. So, when somebody intentionally insults somebody's religion, well, you know exactly what's going to happen. If I decided that I wanted to insult the ant gods, a lot of people will be very upset at me because they believe in the ant god, they love the ant god gives them money, the ant god takes care of them, they got an ant god pussy, ant god children, ant god t-shirts, ant god cakes, ant god... So now I'm going to say, ant god, you know what I did with your ant, man? I fucking took my elephant god and I fucking squished your fucking ant and it's over. You people are fake. You don't even exist. You're not even there. You think the ant god people are not going to get upset? They're going to be very upset at me because I insulted their god. I just told them that they don't exist. Of course they will be upset. So this is how people use the internet to have attention. This is not negative. It's just, well, here's what I think. It's one extreme. There's no nuances, which doesn't mean the person doesn't think in nuances, but they didn't feel like saying nuances because they want to make their channel pop, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is that that's their religion. So if we conclude with the subject of the cats that I knew with the A's, that was clear to me. I'm like, this is their religion. So if I want to offend them, well, I'm going to bring facts because I've studied a lot and I know a lot, and I've studied the history of disease such as AIDS and the political agendas and the pharmaceutical. I've studied a lot of things. So I could just drop some shit there and just shoot their fucking God down. Do you think they would listen to me? Well, they'd be very upset at me. Now, if this is Twitter, I get a lot of people who agree and a lot of people who hate me, a lot of retweets. If it's TikTok, a lot of people laugh at me. A lot of people say I'm a genius. That's going to get a lot. That's going to go viral. So if I'm in the business of viralness, it's a good move. Honest truth, there's got to be nuances. I'm like, well, these are, what? Do I want to insult your God? No, I don't. I could. I don't want to. I respect you. But I'm not talking to the person who believes in that God. I'm talking to the person who's stuck and who's looking for some kind of wisdom and light and doesn't identify to that, but is there. Right? There's a lot of, listen, everything is weaponized today. So there's people who consider themselves homosexuals, and by default, you associate them with the LGBTQ ABCD movement. But we all know, those who have sanity know that the LGBT ABCD is a weaponized organization to bring a certain kind of agenda on earth. What does that have to do with the people who are in the group? So some people are members of that cult. But some people just happen to be queers or homos or lesbos. I'm just somehow identified to it because they say they represent me. I haven't figured out necessarily that they do or they don't, but so if I'm talking to that person and I'm not necessarily threatening their religion, but I'm talking common sense, that person will listen to me. So I'm talking to people who are not identified to a religion, but may be find themselves in a certain category of people, like this is the depressed. Yeah. Is that really your identity? If it is, you're not going to be listening to me. If you're looking for a better understanding of your circumstances, well, you'll need somebody to speak from a macro view, a little shorter, and give you some kind of perspective, and is not gullible to understand that everything is weaponized in this day and age, and some people making a lot of fucking money on your fucking ass, and they will never tell you the fucking truth. Never. It's not in their advantage. And they also probably don't even know. Because it needs some kind of depth to understand the human being to be able to have such basic conversation. You'd be like, listen, dude, come on.